You know, I was willing to die in there if I had to.
What's up, everybody? Today I am at the Performance Institute, the home of the EFC middleweight champion of the world, Luke Michael. He's going to be going for his second belt, the welterweight belt. He's going to be aiming to be the first person since Dricus du Plessis to hold both of these belts simultaneously. We're going to find out how he's feeling with the jump down to welterweight. We're going to talk about his training, about his opponents, and we're going to go and see a little bit of his lifestyle back at home. Come along with me and let's go see how the champ is doing.
Hey, my brother, you good, man? Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
good to
it.
see you.
Thanks for coming, man. Super excited for this, man. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Good to be back, bro.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for making the time.
Anytime, bro.
Let's do it.
Yeah, dude, it's good to be back at this gym. I haven't been here for a long time. I didn't actually even get a full tour because it was so quick.
Yeah, you're going for the open match.
I came for the open mat. It was just me and another guy I knew. So
Yes.
can we take a cruise
Of
around?
course, yeah,
Tell
of
us a
course.
little bit
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
I see there's photos up on the wall as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
which
yeah.
is
We're
very
trying to
cool.
like, you know, tell a story, you know, especially about my journey in MMA. You know, it's been, I mean, you know as well, you know, the journey has been quite a interesting one. Lots of ups and downs. But yeah, I built this place, World Sports Bend and I in 2023. We launched September 14th, 2023. Yeah, and so it's over a year now that we've been operating. Yeah, you know, I'm blessed because I get to train out of my own facility. Obviously, I've got a full strength and conditioning facility over here, squat racks, machines, dumbbells, treadmills. And then, yeah, these photos over here, it's sort of just like, it was actually my wife's side here. She put it up on the wall. Just like illustrates the journey, you know. Obviously, I was out for 2 years before fighting JP Kruger, tore my ACL. Fortunately, lost the fight about second round submission. Almost finished him in round one, but yeah. Then 4 months later, I got the opportunity to fight Dricus du Plessis. The belt was vacant after JP retired, and I got it back, 5 rounds, unanimous decision. So, like we say here, the rise matters more, you know. It's all about coming back from that adversity. It's not how we fall, but how we rise. I was in a dark place after losing my belt, after being out for so long, but 5 weeks later, I got the call to start preparing again, and I came back even better. You know, and now I'm here on the verge of becoming 2-division MMA champion of Africa.
Yeah, so just on the JP fight, obviously, first of all, it was a 2-year layoff.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you were in there coming back? Like,
Yo.
could you feel the 2 years? Is ring rust a real
Ring rust is 100% the real thing. I didn't actually believe it before that fight. I was like, nah, if you prepare hard and you spar hard and you put yourself in those uncomfortable positions in training, like you can sort of replicate the fight. But in between rounds there, after like dominating round one, in my opinion, 10-8, I sat in the stool and I was like, I never felt comfortable. I never felt like I could recover in between rounds. I mean, 2 years, and not just 2 years, 2 years with a knee surgery, a major knee surgery, ACL reconstruction. I never trained for a year, actually. In 2023, I never trained MMA at all. I only done rehab because mine took a bit longer. And only 2024, I started training in Jan, and I fought in April, 3 months later. Yeah. I mean, it was a long camp, but I wasn't active for like a year, you know. No, I definitely felt it. Obviously, prior to that, I fought Pupanga, won the belt in 2022, March. And was supposed to defend against him, and that never happened. So my last fight before that fight was also like, it was actually longer than 2 years. 2 years.
3 years or something like that, I think. 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5, yeah. So I haven't been, and that's why I'm in this position now, and I'm so blessed to be active because I fought 4 months ago, you know, and now I just sort of building on that momentum for December. And, you know, I'm super grateful I got the opportunity again. Obviously, he retired, and I got the chance to fight for the belt again and prove that I am the best middleweight in Africa.
100%.
In the UFC.
Were you a little bit like pissed that you didn't get to get a rematch against him, or did it not really matter to you? Were you just focused and zoned in on getting the belt back?
When he retired, I was like, I thought my performance like warranted a rematch, especially because there weren't many guys active in the division besides Jaku. But when he retired, I wasn't phased. You know, I don't care who it is. I just want to be the best I can be, and I wanted the belt back at all costs, no matter who it was. You know, I wish JP all the best in his retirement. there was nothing personal against him. You know, I just wanted to be champion. That's my destiny.
Was it like a quick conversation once he'd retired? Was it like a quick thing? I mean, I know the fight turnaround was very quick.
Yeah.
But I mean, did you guys get the call straight away and say, you know, are you guys interested in fighting for the vacant title?
No, it was actually about five weeks later. Of no train, I was like, flip, I was in a dark place. Never trained for like 5 weeks. And then I was sitting in the coffee shop here in my gym one evening. Calvin messaged me, hope you're ready for a fight. And I looked at my phone, I'm like, I'm going to tell you I'm ready, but I'm not ready.
Yeah.
But I said 100% I'm ready. And then luckily, I had a decent camp. He told me in May and the fight's only in August. So I had like full 12 weeks. And I just gave everything. I just gave everything. And I believe that's testament to who I am as a champion, as a man, you know, coming back from that adversity and showing I belong there.
100%. Should we have a look at a bit more bits of the gym and then we can
have
a chat, man? I assume you do all your strength and conditioning obviously here as well.
Yeah, man, I'm super blessed. Everything under one roof, you know, do my SNC over here, before, after, and then get back on the mats for MMA, wrestling, grappling. You know, I got Fuji mats, good mat space, wall mats as well, so I can wrestle against the wall. Yeah, man, and obviously boxing. We do a lot of the boxing, like kickboxing classes over here, on this strip over here.
Over there as well.
Yeah, there's the middleweight belt.
Is that the Papanga one? Is that the most recent one? Which
that's the Papanga one. Okay. The most recent one against Yaku's at home.
Is it at home?
Yeah, it's at home. So I kept 2 EFCs, not giving me any issues. So obviously I'm going to keep it. And over here we just we documented like the last year of myself competing out of the gym, and also everybody else, like members, athletes who done like some white collar fights, Brazilian jiu-jitsu competitions. So no, again, just trying to tell a story of who we are and what we do over here.
I think it's time for some coffee.
Yes.
You guys have got some
good
coffee.
Yeah, it's always a good time for coffee.
Yeah,
let's go. Let's go.
So, we said it in Langebaan last year, just before your birthday, or I don't know, around your birthday.
After my birthday.
After your birthday.
Yeah.
You told me about your manager, your new management, which we'll get to at another stage, but I still said to you at that time, I was like, you need to try go for 2 belts.
Yeah.
Middleweight and welterweight.
Exactly.
Did you want to first prove a point at middleweight first because that was your division, and then move to welterweight? Or how did the timing of everything come along?
I definitely wanted to prove a point. You know, obviously I won the belt in 2022. Wasn't my best performance, but I won at TKO round 1. Then obviously I suffered an injury after that, ACL reconstruction. I was out for 2 years, and I wanted to prove a point in middleweight. You know, I came back for JP. Arguably, maybe could have, should have, would have been stopped round 1, but he still beat me. Then I really wanted to prove a point in middleweight, so I came back again and beat Yaku. And now with the division not being that stacked, you know, there aren't many contenders. There's one guy, Shadrach.
Shadrach's been talked about.
Yeah, Shadrach's been talked about, but after his last performance, I'm not too sure. But with that being said, I feel like I'm in a position now where I can challenge for the welterweight title, you know. Obviously, if the division was stacked with like lots of contenders on a win streak, as a champion, I would want to give them their shot, rightfully so, you know. But now I see the gap where I have opportunity to be 2-division MMA champion. I took it 100%, you know.
I think the timing's perfect.
I think the timing's perfect. Stars are aligned. Because like I said, if guys were there in the division worthy of a title shot at middleweight, gladly I would have rather waited a bit before welterweight and given it to them. But the reality is they aren't.
And dude, I mean, we said it again that time, it's like, it's panned out perfectly as well, because I think Mark Hume maybe had an opportunity to try it.
Yeah, Mark Hume's legit. Like, if he was still in the talks, he deserves a title shot way more than Shadrach. That's a fact.
I mean, he could have tried the 2 divisions, because I think he was fighting at welterweight. I know he's a big dude. I don't know how he made the weight for welterweight, but you'd be the first person since Dricus to go for these specific 2 belts. And that's significant.
Yeah, it's an honor, man.
I told you that last year as well, like in the chats and stuff, but I think as it like sunk in now.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, I never thought actually you mentioned me and I never actually thought about it. I knew it, but it never sunk in properly, you know. Because obviously the other double champ is Iga, eh?
Iga, yeah.
He's the only other
not
one.
anymore. I think he relinquished
Really?
Like, because Rudy
Rudy's interim title.
Interim title, so I don't know if they're going to see what's happening there, but technically he's relinquished.
I don't know, but it looks like I'm the only one. Eh?
We were at that fight. That was
but I mean, to be the next guy after Dricus.
But even so,
that's
parallels are going to be drawn now. So.
That's super inspiring for me, man. I mean, he's the best in the world. So to win the same 2 belts is my motivation. It's an honor, and I'm super excited. I'm super excited.
And tell me now, thoughts on Badat as an opponent?
Yeah, thoughts on Badat.
How are you feeling for the fight?
I'm feeling amazing. This is honestly, I know it sounds a bit cliche, but this is the best shape of my life.
You look in epic shape.
Yeah.
I just seeing you now, obviously, I saw the Instagram post and stuff, you're looking really good shape.
This is the best shape of my career. 29 years old, in my prime, I'm feeling strong, explosive, fit. Yeah, but that's a good opponent, I've been watching him. He made his debut in 2018, so he's been in the game a long time. I know jiu-jitsu. He has a significant jiu-jitsu background. With that being said, I believe I'm the overall better athlete. I have more experience. I believe I fought much tougher competition in my career, especially the last few years. And I just believe I'm going to be too much for him. I respect him as a competitor and as a champion, but I believe I'm going to be too much. It's my destiny after all these years.
Are you expecting don't give too much away, obviously, with the game plan and stuff, but are you expecting it to be like a very physical grappling exchange? Or, I mean, obviously prepared for everything.
Yeah.
But what are you expecting? I think just in an overall, you don't have to go into specifics of grappling or whatever,
course,
but what are you expecting, like a very physical?
I'm definitely expecting a very physical, hard fight. Well, round 1 at least. I think round 1's going to be crazy. He comes out hard, I come out hard. Then, we're going to see who really wants it more in the later rounds. I'm going to be looking for the finish. I'm looking to impose my will on him. I believe I'm the better athlete overall as well. He's got good jiu-jitsu, but I believe my wrestling and overall grappling is just going to be a bit too much for him.
100%. So one of the things we spoke about, because at Langebaan you told me there before, before anybody else probably knew besides your inner circle.
Yeah, not many people know actually.
New manager. I think now still people don't even know.
No, we never really. Well, he made a few stories online and stuff that big things are coming after this fight. But nothing we never really put it out there too much, He told me win this belt and big things are coming.
That's Hamza Chimaev's manager, by the way, so that we're talking about Maji Shamas. How did you guys link up? How did you? I mean, that's a big time manager, but obviously in the sense of trying to get hold of somebody like that is always. I've tried with some international managers before, for the podcast, stupidly or not, but I can never get hold of them.
Well, he's obviously a powerful figure in the MMA world, UFC. He's managed a lot of Hamza Chimaev, in my opinion, the best in the world right now. Honestly, I do believe he's super. He's different.
You can't dispute that.
You can't dispute that. No, he can't dispute that, man. Especially what he's done before. His wrestling's phenomenal. But I actually just reached out on Instagram.
Oh, really?
While I was actually coming back after my injury. Looking to work with managers, and he replied. Nice. He watched my JB Kruger fight, sent him the ground and pound. He was like, could have been stopped. He gave me some advice. He told me actually pass the guard next time, which is a good point. So I was on JP just with his legs around my body. Could have just passed his guard, go to mount and then finish.
Yeah.
So it's a good point. And we just connected. We connected well. Obviously I have loads of respect for the guy. The fact that he's willing to work with me and help me in this sport. Now I won the belt back. He made a cool post online saying, now big things are coming. Then I told him about the welterweight opportunity. He was like, can you move between divisions? I said, I can. If I have to fight middleweight again, I believe I can. I believe I can, and I have the capability to do so. So I'm more than ready for anything.
Most definitely. I think it would be cool. Those are 2 divisions. I think if you're hovering around middleweight, and you may be a big middleweight, you can hop up to light heavyweight. Just
I'm but if you're smaller middleweight,
a little bit if you're more on towards the welterweight side, it's a nice weight to be at. Yes. You can hop between.
Exactly.
Hamzat spoke about 3 weight classes. I think it's a little bit hectic.
I couldn't do that.
No, that's heavy. Imagine that.
The thing is also bigger doesn't mean stronger. I know for a fact. I mean, Rico, I think. I started my career grappling him. He's 100 kilos. I was 70 kilos.
He's bigger, I think.
I was 70 kilos back then. He used to smash me. I used to every day keep going. And like I'm used to grappling big guys, you know, like I have the strength to do so. I proved it with JP, took him down easy.
Yeah.
Yaku took him down for 5 rounds easy, so I can do it. But UFC level, I want to fight at welterweight, definitely.
Welterweight. So how are you feeling now at welterweight? I think you told me you feel a little bit lighter in the good way, like more fleet-footed, but then your strength is still there. Is that?
I feel like overall I feel healthier as well, you know, like, but yeah, I feel lighter on the mats, more explosive, and actually I feel stronger than I did at middleweight. I think carrying less body fat, you know, just, you know, more physical, tight on top, you know, more like compact. I feel this is where I belong, you know.
Bigger's not always better, like you say, because bigger's not always stronger.
Stronger, no ways, no.
You can, and then and your gas tank will increase.
Yes,
as well,
my gas tank increased.
Much less weight.
My gas tank increased a lot, and 100%, like big muscles and stuff doesn't necessarily mean stronger. I think it's your heart and like your grit and your, you know, everything working together. Not just muscle.
How many times you walk into a jiu-jitsu gym and the skinniest kid feels like a freaking strong,
like a brick wall.
Like a brick wall, yeah. I gotta ask you though, like speaking of heart, dude, how much heart you showed in that Yaku fight?
Thank you,
dude. Because I don't know, how were you feeling? Because I'll be honest, when I was watching, I was like, I don't know were you tired or like in the rounds? Because it was a grueling pace anyway as well that you were pushing. So I mean, just from the grueling pace, just being tired, but you didn't stop. You just kept going and going and going. And looked like at the end of the fight, you're just giving everything, like you just emptied the tank.
Yeah.
How was it? Is it fair? Like, were you feeling quite tired in some of the rounds?
Yeah, no, definitely. I was. Even my corner said like they were like, oh, you look so tired in between rounds, but straight after the 1 minute break, you're back in it again. Because mentally, I was willing to do anything to win.
You could see it.
Yeah, I was willing to go as far and as deep as possible to win that fight. You know, I looked at it as my last chance. You know, I lost the belt to JP. I had to win it back. At all costs. You know, I was willing to die in there if I had to. I went 5 rounds. He hurt me in round 3, but I knew I'm still safe, and I knew I can come back in round 4 and 5. Plus, I knew I already had two rounds in the bag, so I was willing to do whatever it takes, basically, literally.
How good did it feel though after that? Like,
sure, that's a moment for a lifetime, man. When they raised my hand, when they announced, I knew I was so relieved. A lot of pressure came off me. Emotions. I mean, it's been a long journey, you know, so just to get it back in that dominant fashion against a good opponent, much respect for him too. You know, he stayed in for the 5 rounds. But yeah, it was a lot of emotion, man, and I'm super grateful for it.
It's been a long time, dude. I remember I told you when you were like, I think you were like 16 and we used to go to Rico's gym and people were like, that's Luke,
Crazy, man.
Luke's 16, man, he's going to be the next big thing in MMA and everything. And what's that now, like? It's almost 14 years ago.
14 years. I made a post this morning. Half my life I've been doing this, and that's why I want it so bad, because I've been doing this half my life. People can say and think what they want, but I'm going to give everything. And the reality is too, I'm still only 29.
You're just hitting your prime.
I'm still in my prime. Give me another 10 years, you know. With the knowledge and the experience I have now, the best is yet to come.
And it's been a tough road, obviously, but it's also, I think it's been a good road because it's good to overcome that adversity, I think, earlier.
Yeah.
You know, rather, and then when if now I don't know what your plans are about maybe fighting overseas or whatever, and then later, you know, after this fight.
Yeah, I have to fight overseas.
Then at least you've gone through that first, so now you're primed and ready. You know, like again, I come back because the parallels with the 2 titles, but like Dricus, if obviously it's good to go undefeated, but he experienced defeat early in his career, 4th fight or 5th fight. He learns from that, as long as you learn from that. Experienced defeat just before UFC as well, learn from that. Now when he's in the UFC, he's prime, ready to go, he's experienced all that kind of stuff. Now when it matters in the UFC, the most, you're ready and you're like, you know what, I've seen this, I've done that.
I felt it.
Yeah. Rather than maybe someone that goes and, I'm not naming any names or whatever, but like a lot of South African guys early in the UFC, I don't know if they got to have those experiences per se here.
Yeah.
And then when they get to the UFC, it's kind of just like,
if they lose, it breaks.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, it breaks them.
It's just when it's bad, it gets bad.
Yeah.
So it's like loss, and another loss.
Sure, it's bad.
You know, it's
you can't come back from it.
Yeah, it's harder to come back. But when you've experienced it now already, it's like you pay your dues.
You suffer.
You suffer.
And you're ready to go. I mean, I started my career. I lost 3 in a row once. I was like 20 years old. I was a baby, you know. But I mean, if I think back to those losses, and especially my most recent loss against JP Kruger, that fight taught me so much about myself, man. Like, so probably the most ever. Like, it taught me about my training, about my mentality. You know, it taught me about how much I actually do want it. Yeah, Temo Garumba lost also taught me like a lot. And after that fight, I really got back on track. You know, I found myself. Obviously, then I did lose again against JP Kruger, but you know, arguably.
It was touch and go. Honestly.
It was touch and go. So it was very touch and go. Let's be honest.
My assessment is like if someone called that fight and said it's done, no one can complain.
No one can complain. Not even him.
Not even him.
His mouthpiece was out.
It was gone. And I mean, the dude was stumbled. He stumbled to the chair and everything. Yeah. But some referees do like to let it go a lot longer.
And it's a championship fight.
And it's a championship fight.
So I do understand.
So he came back and it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It's like Brock Lesnar and Shane Carwin. Brock Lesnar could have got the fight stopped around 1, I believe, and then Shane Carwin, you know, they didn't stop the fight, and Brock Lesnar ended up winning. So it's like whichever way they go, you can't fault.
It's touch and go.
It's touch and go.
Any other ref could have would have stopped it.
And now in hindsight, you learned a lot. And again, as long as you're learning out of the experiences.
I think if I won, who knows? Like, I probably would have maybe not learned those lessons and foul.
Maybe you didn't train as hard with the Yaku
fights. And there was more on the line, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe I lost when there was more on the line. So in a lot of ways, I'm grateful for the loss. Actually, I really am. I'm grateful for the loss, and obviously it had to happen. And I wish him all the best, you know. But now, I'm on a whole nother level. And I'm gonna prove that in December 12th.
You can see it in the Yaku fight, and I can see it now talking to you as well. And who knows, bro? Maybe one day there's a you speak about Temba. Maybe there's a Temba rematch in the UFC. That would be full circle. Dude. Can you imagine that? It's like,
I know. Listen, I respect that guy a lot, man. Like really, from where he's come from. I remember him like when he fought amateur, he was like losing all these amateur fights. Now he's in the UFC. Like I think he's fighting this weekend.
He's on a run. Yeah, he's on a good run. Yeah.
Now, much respect to Temba, man. I got like for what he's done and achieved. I have loads of respect for that guy, and it was an honor to share the cage with him. And I learned a lot from that fight. And also, he made me better. JP Kruger made me better. I am who I am now because of that adversity. You know, I chose to implement the lessons and implement the changes. And that made me who I am now, and I feel unstoppable at the moment.
That's good.
And I'm going to bring it.
I believe it, dude. I believe it from what I see.
Yeah.
Right, Luke, we're back at your residence in Fynbos. We're about to go play some paddle, which is behind us.
I'm super excited, man.
But
let's do it.
Before we do that, I was going to wait till the end of the video, but I think maybe it's a good time now. If you wanted to try it, from us at the Hat Check Podcast and everybody at Revive, we've got a thank you package for you. So
thank you so much, man.
We've got everything.
The fact that you're doing this podcast with me and I get a gift. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you being on here.
No, always. Thank you, man. Thank you.
I mean, you can try some.
Just in time for my weight cut, because I need the best hydration possible, and I've heard a lot about Revive, so thank you so much, brother.
I'm glad that we're giving you a chance to try it.
Thank you.
There's like 2 months worth of
really?
in India, yeah.
2 months.
So I do one a day, but you can do 2 a day. You might do 2 for your weight cut, for your rehydration.
Yeah. Probably just load up a bit more.
Shirt, socks, everything.
What size is the shirt?
Large. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Yes, it's legend, man. Thank you so much. That's amazing.
Thank you so much for doing this.
No, always, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it so much. This is, like I said, it also comes in handy now with the best on the market, you know, in terms of electrolytes. I'll make sure I recover properly and become double champion. Exactly, fill out properly,
Maybe we'll make a couple. I'm gonna make one for myself as well.
Okay. We'll have one. Then we have one afterwards. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So I'm glad that we're getting to play paddle.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's actually the weather's pretty nice as well.
It's perfect for it now, because I've never actually seen a fighter play paddle before, bro. Actually, it's something that you do often. Or?
No, first time.
Really?
I've lived here 2 years. My first time on the court.
Really?
Yeah, I'm always in the gym.
Okay, that's hectic.
The gym's right here. I'm always working on, man. But I played paddle before. Actually,
just not here.
Yeah, just not here. Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, like we spoke about the young fighters coming up and stuff in the gym now, the amateur fighters and stuff. And a lot of people have to have that, or feel like they have to have that mindset of constantly going and constantly being in the gym, and that's all they got to do. But downtime like this is obviously very important.
Yes.
What would you say to the younger fighters coming up about having like a balance, you know, and having their downtime, maybe family, hobbies?
I can relate to that a lot actually, because when I started my career or started training in general, I remember Rico used to tell me, you have to go home now, because I would just want to train the whole time, like 3 times a day, 6 days a week. But he used to tell me, have balance, you know, have life outside of fighting. Because there is more to life as well, let's be honest. I know this is my life, but there is more to life as well. We've got to live life and have that downtime. And actually, when you introduce that downtime into your training and in your career, you actually perform better because you're fresher mentally and physically. So I definitely encourage it to all young fighters, you know, work hard. When you're in the gym, give 100% or nothing else. Don't give 90 or 80. But when you're out, make sure you also relax and try to switch off.
So
you know, it's so good for your it's so good for your mentality. You know, you gotta have that separation, especially when you go home. Leave the gym behind, you know. But when you go, you go.
Yeah, for those 3 hours or whatever.
You have to. If you want to achieve anything, you have to go all out.
Balance is the key to life, you know.
Exactly. So, no, I agree. This is amazing.
Yeah. Okay, ready to do this?
Let's do this. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Damn. Yo.
2020. So whoever wins this point, it's 2020. Whoever wins this point wins the whole thing. So high stakes. Winner of the next point wins, eh?
Let's go, baby.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby. And you. Let's go. Thank you, brother. That was amazing. Thank you, bro. Close game. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. That's it. Destiny. It's actually quite fun.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the things you mentioned earlier, I wanted to ask you about, seeing as we are at home, your home, is importance of family, particularly your wife. I know she's always been one of your biggest supporters.
Yeah.
And she helped you get through that. You mentioned there was a bit of a dark time after the JP fight.
Yeah.
How important is it for you to have your family with you at the events? A lot of people coming up from the gym.
Yeah.
Have them with you to experience this, and then obviously, when things go well, when things go bad, how important is it to have someone like that and people like that in your life?
Yeah, no, it's honestly like it's imperative, man. You know, my wife plays a vital role in my journey, in my life, in my career, in the sport of MMA. You know, she's been there for me, but in particular, most recently against JP Kruger, where I lost my belt after a 2-year layoff. She was with me in the layoff as well, and then the comeback, what didn't go my way. But, you know, she helped me build myself up. She seen me at my worst, and now she's seen me at my best, and I'm really grateful for that. And she does everything for me, literally. I just have to train and make sure I win.
Yeah, it does all the behind the scenes stuff.
Exactly. So, yeah, I'm super grateful. But in terms of like family as well, for me, it's such a motivating factor. you know, knowing who's watching when I step in there, and knowing who I'm doing this for, not just for myself, but for my parents, you know, my mom and dad, they live around the corner, my wife, my family, my close friends, all my members at the gym. It's so motivating, a light to fire in me that can't be put out, you know. I'm just so driven. I'm driven by the people behind me, the people who give me this opportunity and believe in me. Yeah.
Motivating you.
Yeah.
There's a bigger thing. It's just bigger than you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not just about you. It's bigger than you.
It's not just about me. No, it's about just being my best version for those who believe in me. You know, my sponsors as well, who invest in me. All those people, like, it just adds to this like motivation and the will to win.
You don't want to let them down.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
The will to win, the will to prepare to win.
Yeah.
Not just the will to win, the will to wake up every day and knowing that I have to prepare to win. So that's why I'm here.
And obviously you don't look past this fight, you don't look past any fight, but have you thought a little bit about, obviously we've spoken about it on the podcast about UFC Africa, which we still don't know when it's going to happen. It seems to be this distant thing, but like the talks now seem to be progressing quite a bit. They're just going to find a venue, I believe. Have you given any thought to after what you want to do after this fight in terms of promotions, defending the belt maybe in EFC? You know, have you given much thought to that?
Obviously, yeah. Number one is I am just focused on 12th December, claiming my welterweight title. But obviously I have long-term goals. You know, I've been doing the sport. I made my professional debut at 19. And back then my goal was always to compete with the best in the world, which is the UFC. So this is just like, almost I see it like a breakthrough, you know. Winning both belts, I believe, sets me up to compete on the biggest MMA stage in the world, which is UFC. And therefore I can sort of say this, you know. Not looking past him, but it's again motivation for me to get to the other side, you know, after 10 years in the game, competing locally, still only 29 years old, you know. So it's a massive motivation for me. UFC is where I want to be, you know. I believe I have the skill to compete with the best in the world, especially my wrestling and grappling. You know, I really do believe it. I feel it, I see it, and it's going to happen. You know, I do believe it's my destiny to compete there, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. I've spent the last 10 years trying to get there, you know, and I haven't stopped.
You're not going to stop now.
I'm not going to stop now. You know, I feel like it's super close at the moment. But I'm not going to stop now. But also, with that being said, now when I win on the 12th December and I have both belts, if it doesn't come immediately, I'm going to stay active. You know, I'm going to defend those belts. A true champion does defend their titles. So I'm willing to defend my EFC titles until UFC come knocking, which I believe they will.
There's good contenders at 170 as well.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Compared to 185.
185, I think. Yeah.
They are.
There's more. That's the thing, is 170. And the nice thing is you have the ability to switch.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Like you said with Maji, he just asked you, can you switch?
Yeah, and I can.
And it's good to have that versatility.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Especially EFC level.
Yeah.
Like EFC level middleweights, I definitely can. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, I know all those guys on the roster. I believe I'm better. I believe I'm strong enough and big enough. Okay. UFC is a bit different. Welterweight's where I want to be. But for EFC, I think I've proven I can handle middleweights. Yeah. So I can definitely go back.
Yeah. So if you have to stay a little bit longer and just defend a couple of times, you can go up and down.
Yeah. But obviously UFC is the goal. Holding both belts. The last guy to hold it was the current middleweight champion of the world, Dricus du Plessis. So, you know, he set a very high standard. Yeah. But I believe I'm going to claim both titles as well. At all costs. It
seems to be the pathway, dude. The two belts seems to be the pathway for most people to get through. And like you say, you've got the right management and everything, and who knows, maybe you get a training partner and comes at Chimaev, elevate you to the next level.
Yes, I actually spoke to him briefly about that. Like, hey, I did actually mention it to him, and he was like, yeah, just get this fight out the way. And
dude, if you get that, I have to go with you.
Yeah, no, definitely, bro.
I have to get the comparisons, just for my own sake.
Yeah, no, we'll go together.
Who can tap? But the problem is now, Kamzat knows how many times Dricus tapped me in 4 minutes.
Oh, you told
so he's going to be gunning and
how many times?
No, it's on there. It's 4 times. It's four times in like 3 minutes or whatever it was. It's on video.
It's
out on YouTube, so you can go.
Which submissions?
It was it was a guillotine, a Darce choke, and 2 Darces.
Were you started on the feet or on the ground?
No, we just started on the ground. No, I don't want to
wrestle.
Not that I don't want to wrestle him. I mean, he'll mess me up on wrestling anyway. It's just, I don't want, so much can go wrong.
Yeah, injuries.
Even if he's taking me down and he steps funny,
it's like
could you
knees.
imagine being the one that snaps his knee up before the Israel and Asanya fight? No, so I wasn't in the mood. I wasn't in the mood to be the one to ruin that fight, you know. So yeah, and like, tell me, last thing, you know, again, you're not looking off the fight, but surely you can sort of, you've got Contender Series.
Yeah, you're
gonna win Contender Series. You got your teammate fighting on the 5th. You got your fight on the 12th, and your birthday is pretty much a week later. So it's a big 3 weeks. How big are the celebrations going to be? Because it's being your birthday, and then of course planning to win the second belt. How big are those?
Sure, you know, and again, the month of December is so motivating for me because, listen, the reality is I'm going to Joburg.
And your wedding anniversary.
Yeah, my wedding anniversary, 2 years. So the reality is I'm leaving tomorrow for Joburg, and you know, my mindset is I'm coming back with the belt at all costs. Like, that's just, there's no other way about it because of, you know, so many milestones in December. This is just going to be the biggest one, one of the biggest ones, you know, for December. So it's so motivating. Like I said, I'm ready, I'm prepared, and December's going to be one heck of a celebration.
Nice, bro, nice. Well, dude, listen, we're looking forward to seeing it. I'm sorry again, I can't be there.
No, I know you're there in spirit, brother.
I'm gonna be rooting for you. We'll chat before then, definitely. Still.
Of course.
We'll chat after that again.
And thank you so much for my revived products again, man. I appreciate it for my weight cut.
Anytime.
I actually feel a difference already.
Really?
I feel amazing.
You were saying, I could check the bathers.
Let's go,
but let me know, dude. Let me know how it goes.
Like, we'll be in touch.
And we'll definitely be in touch. We'll be rooting for you.
Thank you,
we'll chat again before, afterwards. And when you've got the belt, the second belt, and we'll probably do something again. I think it'll be historic, dude. It's very historic. Like, honestly, it doesn't come around often, and it doesn't come around often in this weight class. I mean, this is the second time someone's attempting it. I stand corrected. And again, the significance.
No EFC.
In EFC, I'm talking about EFC.
Like, no one EFC done it.
Dricus, and I think Iga did it, and I think Iga did it, and
Zulu Boy.
Zulu Boy, more people did it. Sorry.
No, not that many. No, not that many.
No, but I'm thinking.
But also what you mentioned earlier, like,
but the historic.
Currently, I'm going to be the only one. I didn't know that.
You will be the only one.
Because Iga's gave it to Rudy.
Yes. Technically, it's interim, but yeah.
Jesus.
The other one was I had the name.
Light heavyweight heavy.
Skip it. Yes.
Dalcha.
Yeah, there we go. Dalcha was the one. Yeah. But seriously, the significance. Dricus won it, and I think he defended. He won and then went to UFC pretty much. So. You know, that's the pathway. We're rooting for you. It is seriously historic, and you can do it, bro. You got all confidence.
I'm going to do it.
You got all confidence.
Thank you so much, bro.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate the day.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. Right, guys, we just wrapped up our day with Luke Michael as he prepares to go for 2 belts simultaneously. The first to do so since Dricus du Plessis. We got a little bit of in-depth look at his training, how he's feeling, and we got to see a bit of a lighter side of his with the paddle game. We really hope you enjoyed this episode. Obviously, none of this is possible without Revive. Please make sure to check out their link in the description. The best hydration products on the market. Before we sign off, please make sure to like the video, comment and subscribe. Please share it far and wide. It really helps the channel a lot. And we will see you guys for the next one. Cheers, everybody.